Hello, I'm Jasmine Darman, and this is my game. It's called Roll a Bad Ball. There's a caption now with 3% less distractions. This game is a parody of many mobile games or quick slop games made with sometimes AI or sometimes using templates or common tutorials that can be found for game design. The name itself comes from a basic Unity tutorial called Rollerball tutorial. Essentially, it teaches you how to move a ball, how to collect coins, how to use a camera. What you're seeing here, essentially. Now, I changed the name a bit to say Roll a Bad Ball because people have taken these tutorials or this knowledge of game design and have created some very dark patterns for their users in order to keep them distracted, in order to keep them from looking at advertisements and typically wasting their time. So, the game itself is very simple. You use space and arrow keys to move around, and it's a very hollow game basically. Um, it has everything that makes it visually pretty, very bright colors, poppy music, um, but what really comes into play is the extra stuff. As you can see all around, there are advertisements all in the corners here. You can buy stuff, different skins, which are very common in these types of games. All it does is change the color of the player character, and people go crazy for that. So as you can see, that's implemented. Um, and same with losing. Losing will cause an advertisement to play with fake buttons here that obviously don't matter. You have to wait for that specific time in order to use these buttons. Using life puts you right on the edge in level 1. For level 2 and level 3, there are 3 levels in this game. Uh, it basically spawns you, but you quickly die because with these types of games, they don't care about the player experience. Lives aren't there to make the player feel like they have another chance. Most of the time, lives are there just to spend money on. So over here, you can buy more lives. You can buy it with either coins, which cost 1,000. I start off with 1,000 just to make the gameplay really simple, but the idea is you're supposed to have these impossible goals, that things are very unattainable. The money part is essentially you have a little bit of a pop-up occasionally that shows your current balance, which is just kind of a joke. And then finally we have no ads. So before I click on this, if you do run out of coins and you don't want to play the game, of course you can always watch an ad, and that'll give you your coins. You click on that, you have more coins to spend on skins. If you don't have enough, it'll just tell you to go watch an ad. If you don't want any ads, you can buy a $10 limited time only 2-minute subscription. And when you click to buy, this is a reference to how a lot of times buying is very automated. It's as easy as possible. It fills out all your information. All you have to do is click a button. Buy now. If you happen to change your mind, the never mind button is pushed off to the corner differently, visually different. It's not important clearly to the game designers, but it does work nonetheless. But buy now gives you a current balance. It takes away all the ads, no ads in the corners. This is a little bit of a joke. I made like a compilation of some stock footage of nature, of just the world without ads. And it shows you your timer for how long you have left of no more ads. The game, once you die and you click retry, it'll take you back to the first level, but if you're in level 2 or level 3, it'll also take you back to the first level. This is mainly so that the user continues to play and play. But if you don't like that, you can click on levels and you can go directly to a level if one of them is hard. So, no Dark Souls level of difficulty. The levels do have a theme to them. The first level is supposed to be this very pop, very vibrant. This one's supposed to be, things are starting to look more black and white. The jumps are harder, of course, as the game progresses. But the third level is the most unique. The third level is essentially what would happen if level designers or game designers put the same amount of attention into advertisements and into their peripherals, into their level work. And this is what I envisioned it to be. I envisioned it to be still very soulless. What a lot of these games do is they just want you to look at these buzzwords. They want you to have things that are entertaining enough, but when stripped away, it's just very meaningless. Only to make you watch ads. The amount of things that are trying to force your attention makes it really hard to just even play the game in a lot of cases. So that's what this is kind of reminiscent of. Same with the coins spelling out the word ad. It's just, that's all that's being cared about. Finally, when you finish the game, the last level, all it says is it's over. There's no hurrah to it. There's no nothing. A lot of times with these types of games, there's no storyline or deeper meaning behind it. There's just an empty feeling of time wasted. I wanted to emphasize that there. And yeah, that's my game. As you can see, the ads came back. I guess the 2-minute subscription ended. But thank you for watching. There's only one last thing I wanted to show, which is one last dark pattern. When you try to leave the game, it tries to guilt trip you into not leaving. Staying just does that, but if you click leave, you of course leave the game. But yes, thank you for watching.